Let us move to next sloka or sutra. The first one, which we discussed last time, I hope you understood what it means. We have to focus on the objects. Although Patanjali says you have to work on nidra, and that means deep sleep, and swapna. Swapna. Sutra was about utilizing deep sleep and dreaming state for creating stable state of mind. Patanjali is talking about deep sleep and dream. So, making certain objects which you experience in deep sleep and dream state, that he wants us to use. Right? So, of course, it is difficult practice. However, those who have moved to higher sadhanas, they know that some of you, even in your lower dikshas, some of you were intently hooked onto your practices, and somewhat your dreams were also different. The quality of dreams, the content of dream change. And one more thing happens, that during such dreams, awareness and recall of such dreams is possible. And sometimes, even while you are dreaming, you know that you are dreaming. And that happens only when you are completely hooked onto an anushthan or a sadhana or practice very intently. Some of sadhaks have reported receiving some mantras, getting to know certain mantras, certain reverberating sounds, clear mantras they could actually hear in their dreams. Some of sadhakas have reported. But all of them are those who have reached to Tritiya Koti, for sure. Those who reported such things. And they also asked whether we can actually use this mantra for any purpose. Not revealing what was the answer, but the point was that we know that such changes do occur in our dreaming and deep sleep consciousness. Although deep sleep consciousness is not available for most of sadhaks, when they come back, they only report loss of experience. They say, I had a good sleep, good deep sleep. So basically, Tantra is dealing with the subject differently. Yoga is dealing with the subject of dream differently. Right? However, some clues needs to be taken. In yoga also, Patanjali has given one practice which is japa oriented, recitation oriented. Right? That is pranava japa. Right? That is also a mantra. Pranava means that omkara, closely resembling the sound of omkara, is known pranava. So pranava japa is also something which yogis engage in. And japas of such mantra changes the tonality of chittam altogether. And the qualitatively every aspect of the consciousness, which means waking, dreaming, and deep sleep, changes. Hmm? Further, Omkar Pranav was not a word only. Rather, it was the name of Iśvara as per Patanjali. And whatever imagination you have, whatever Shastras tell you, whatever scriptures tell you about Iśvara, those qualities you have to associate with it, because it is not only japam, orally or mentally reciting the Omkar, but tadartha bhavana. You also have to contemplate on the meaning continuously. So it is as good as the tantric practice of japa, where we attribute certain mantras and the qualities of that deity to that mantra, or at least remembrance of that deity to the mantra, right? Although the later practices which Patanjali is going to suggest would not include this, however, this is a higher practice. Mantra japa is a higher practice. The second thing which we will come to know, as we say, Shaktopaya of Patanjali, will also include Ishwar Pranidhana. It is Tapaswadhyaya Ishwar Pranidhana. Threefold path. Right? There are three elements rather. Then finally Patanjali suggests the Anavopaya of yoga, which is Ashtanga, 8 limbs. There also you will find Ishwar Pranidhana, which is given in Yama Niyama. So Patanjali does not leave Iśvara in any of the parts, right? Wherever he is talking to the highest caliber sadhaks or yogis, he is giving the practice of Ishwar Pranidhan. When he goes to the second level, second grade sadhaks, he again introduces Ishwar Pranidhan. When he gives 8 limbs, then also he includes Ishwar Pranidhan. So basically, you need to be taking the help of some divine force, it seems, even in yoga, system of yoga. Some divinity you can lean on to. And then Patanjali does not leave another aspect of Guru there, where he says, Vitaraga Vishaya Vachittam. He says that you need to find out, you need to focus on great personalities, Mahatmas, saints, people whom you can adore, whom you see as the divinity manifested in human body, whatever little, whatever amount it is, but you see it that way. So even contemplation on Guru has also not been left, right? And Guru's Guru, of course, it is there because ultimately Iśvara is the Guru of all the Gurus. Right? So therefore, ultimately it is meditation on the Guru. Correct? But Iśvara personified, he is not using. Patanjali uses Iśvara, which is saguna-nirākāra. Okay? There are 3 aspects in 3 ways. One is nirguna-nirākāra, this saguna-nirākāra, and then saguna-sākāra, which means nirguna-nirākāra, there are no attributes and there is no form. That's one aspect of Iśvara. Some people, some lineages, some teachers suggest that. Nirguna-nirākāra. There are no gunas, there are no attributes to be attached to Iśvara. Second is, there are attributes, but you can't actually confine that Iśvara into any form. That is nirguna, nirākāra. Next is saguna-nirākāra, where there are attributes, but you can't say that this is the form. Right? Correct? Here, the final one is saguna-sākāra, which means it has attributes and it has a form also. So ordinarily you will find that at least the second and third description of Iśvara fits most of the people. Nirguna-nirākāra is something which is imperceivable for ordinary intellect. Because then object doesn't remain. No quality and no form. What remains then? Right? Therefore, it's a very difficult, very, very difficult. Is it not? The second one is saguna-nirākāra. So yoga accepts saguna-nirākāra Iśvara. Where there are gunas, there are attributes. And the attributes have been defined there. What are those attributes? You go back and find out. What it is? Remember that sutra?
Klesh karma vipakashaya.
Klesha karma vipakashaya aparamashta purusha vishesha. Right? And then again, kalena anavacheda. Right? The gurus of gurus, the guru of all the gurus. So beyond time and having qualities, having no influence of sanskara, having no influence of the karma. He doesn't have to bear the fruit of his own karma because there is no vipaka of any karma. The karma doesn't stick to him. The fruits of the karma don't stick to him. And there is the element of time is also not able to bind him. So now think about these qualities, at least something to lean on to, right? Something you can objectify here, although the object is not there. Because the object means within well-defined boundary. Further, he brings it down to your vocabulary, saying that asya vachaka pranava. Now at least you have a name, right? So when you have a name, you have some more handle on it, right? So Patanjali uses this saguna-nirākāra. Whereas Tantra, for the beginners, in system of Kula and Mishra, and even in Samaya, there are differences, right? Even in Samaya, when Sri Chakra is propitiated, we begin with that, right? All the deities are formed, but the final deity is considered to be with form, without form. Okay, so the ultimate point where your practices take you in that experience of that Iśvara, the controller and the cause of this whole universal experience which we are having, cosmic experience which we are having, the cause and the material both. It is with form and without form both. For that, you'll have to look at the 1,000 names of Lalita. You'll understand that. So, all those aspects are covered. From saguna-sākāra to saguna-nirākāra to nirguna-nirākāra. Okay, all aspects are covered. So based on your capacity, based on the teacher's guidance, you choose the form, or you choose attributes, or you arrive at that experience which is given. beyond form and beyond the attribute. Okay. So there also we are using the same thing. Correct. For example, in our sadhana, in tattvas, how do we take it? The tattvas are also given. Tattvas are beyond form because every form is created by them. So actually some grammarians will tell you that nirākāra does not mean without form. Nirākāra means all the forms emanate from this substratum. That is why it is called a nirākāra. All akaras come out of it. All the forms come out of this substratum. That is why it is called nirākāra. Nirākāra. Ni is the prefix. It has multiple meanings. One of is that to come out. Okay. So all the forms coming out from this substratum, that is why it is nirākāra. Which means all the akaras, all the forms, all the akaras, all the forms are the ones of Iśvara, right? Because every akara, every form comes out from him. So in our sadhana, we are guided accordingly based on our capacity in Tantra system, beginning from saguna-sākāra, moving to saguna-nirākāra, arriving at finally nirguna-nirākāra. All right. But most of us are comfortable at least there, where we have certain attribute. So saguna-nirākāra is the highest probably you will be seeking with the kind of vasanas you have as of now, the kind of identification you have about your own being in this world, right? Your own experiential, backdrop. Whatever experiences you are having right now will lead you to actually take up only two. Nirguna and nirākāra is probably if you take it up, you will find it as escapism rather than anything else. It will not be experience loaded. So saguna nirākāra has to be taken by those who are find apt and suitable for such practices. Otherwise, we begin with saguna-sākāra. Correct. So saguna-sākāra is what? Vitaraga vishayava chittam. Okay. Saguna-nirākāra is that Iśvara. Klesha karma vipākāṣaihi aparāmashta purusha vishesha. That's it. Saguna-nirākāra. Right? So here in this, we went there, but however, the sutra we were discussing was about the utilizing this state of consciousness, which is dream and deep sleep. Deep sleep is mostly not utilized by most of the advanced sadhakas, let me tell you. Deep sleep is very difficult to utilize. Dream can be utilized. In Tantra, there are certain practices in which you can actually make little progress there. Right? There are many deities which can be propitiated for making your consciousness more, I'll say, available for the experience of dream, and then also that you are able to recall those dreams, because it is important for you to recall those dreams. So wakefulness in dream is needed. So to create that kind of state in your chittam, higher sadhakas after they get initiated in Shri Vidya, they are given certain practices. Many deities are there which can be propitiated for that to come to effect. Right? One practice which has been quite commonly used is svapna-varahi. That's one which is very commonly. However, that's not the only one. Okay. All right. In the tradition of our Gurudev, you know him probably, some of you, Gurudev Adya Prasad Ji. He gives the sadhana of Kali, a different form of Kali, for invoking such kind of forces while you are in dream consciousness, to keep you kind of awake. Awake means wakeful dream. It's a experience. You see, we don't remember what we see in dream. Why we don't remember? Because we are not wakeful. Our consciousness is loaded with tamas. Loaded with tamas, it becomes dream and dream or sleep and dream. Therefore, you don't remember. If dream and dream means you remember there was a dream, but I don't remember clearly. Right? That's dream and dream. And sleep and dream means I had a dream, but I don't remember. Simple. But wakefulness dream in dream is this, where you can come back and during the dream also, based on how much your wakefulness you're experiencing, you can find an object. So there in this tradition, where a particular form of Kali is worked with, the dream becomes prophetic dreams. Dreams become revealing dreams. In dreams, there are so many solutions offered by the deity. Right? In dreams, actually, you converse with the deity. Right? So these are the possibilities in Tantra which are not being discussed here in Yoga Sutra. Anyways, coming back to this particular sutra, how do we utilize as a yogi, how would a yogi utilize this dreaming state? Probably, I can only say that probably by pranava japa, he will try to alter his state of consciousness, which means pranava japa will continue all the time. Please understand. Anything which you want to carry over to your dream should be the subject matter of your waking consciousness. Consistent. Have you not seen that whenever you are puzzled by any particular problem, any challenge, the similar things appear in your dream? Is it not? So that way, if your consciousness has been able to sustain a particular kind of thought in wakefulness, that will also get carried forward to your dream. Now, when you are focusing on Iśvara by chanting the pranava all through, have you not seen certain ashrams when you go there, when you even make a phone call there, Om, they will not say. Have you not seen? Sir, in certain places, that is the greeting. Right? Like we have Shivoham, they have Om. They don't say hello, they say Om. Have you experienced? I don't know how many of you have experienced this. In certain traditions, it is so. Their first word in their address is Om. And Om, I don't know, because there is no aham in it. It is generally directed to the other person, as if you are waking him up through Om. Om. Wake up. Hello. When it is with prefix of suffix of aham, then it makes more sense. For example, Shivoham, because it has the element of aham. You're directing your consciousness towards yourself. But here also I find people using it as a greeting, as if their Shivoham has become a kind of greeting. It's a reminder. It's a word which can turn your consciousness inward. Now, coming back. Whether it is Om, whether it is Shivoham, whether it is Tattvamasi, whether it is Aham Brahmasmi, whether it is Prajnanam Brahma, whatever it is, if it is being contemplated throughout in your waking, then only it will be seeping into your brain. The kind of state, the kind of wakefulness you are able to maintain during your waking state of consciousness, that seeps into, gradually so, that seeps into your dream. So if you want to live a life which is kind of unaware way of living, you don't know how you're sitting, you don't know how you're shaking your legs, you don't know where you kept your things and all that. I'm not saying that this forgetfulness is about your state, because there may be so many things about which you are concerned more. So suppose somebody is in the initial phases, it happens. So when you start focusing on, let's say somebody is aware of breathing all the time, just a way of improving on your awareness, nothing more than that. That's a prop. Breathing is something which is always available for you. You need not depend on anything. The process goes on. 21,000, approximately 21,000 in 24 hours. So you continue with that. If somebody asks you about 21,000 do pranayam, you'll say, it is difficult. But somebody says, you are already doing it. Just become aware of. Is it? Yes. So 21,000 times you are breathing. Pranayam is happening automatically. Just become aware of it. If you become aware all the time, so it may happen so that this ignited awareness seeps into your dream. Then only. All right. And then you will have two kinds of dreams. See, one dream is our brain activity. See, there are differences. Brain activity and mind activity, they are separate. Please understand. These two activities are mistakenly considered to be the same. It is not so. Brain activity and activity of mind are different things. Okay. How they are different? Because you see, whatever inputs are falling upon our senses, they get to our brain. They get to our mind, and then they, of course, for our all survival and whatever functions we are supposed to engage in, they get stored physically there in our brain, right? Now, brain processes this information. That processing is brain activity. But there are other aspects of our life where you will find that things appearing in your consciousness without any previous experience of it. In this lifetime at least. That's mind activity. For example, even desires. A desire which is not linked with any of your sanskara. Right? No sanskara of such a desire, but that desire pops up. Right? This is mind activity. For example, another way, I'll tell you. You becoming aware of somebody else's thinking. That's mind activity. It's not brain activity. You becoming aware of somebody who is far away from you, emotional state or mental state of that person. That's mind activity, it's not brain activity. So those dreams which are generated out of mind activity, they are not the dreams which can be utilized in this particular sutra. Further, even those dreams which are concerning only individuals and the life, rut life, you say. See, in your dream, if you become aware of a problem in somebody else's life, or let's say state of being, the kind of emotional state one is going through, or let's say a solution of some problem, or something like that, what is going to be the outcome of a particular thing, that kind of thing, it's not worth keeping, it's not worth meditating on. You understand? So even in this brain activity, first of all, brain activity cannot be utilized. Brain activity, dreams are not to be used. They cannot serve you in any case. Even when this is activity of mind, your consciousness need to be purified and certain ground need to be created so that it can actually, it can receive and sustain divine objects, divine thoughts, divine mantras, etc. Right? So those dreams are, as I said, prophetic dreams. Prophetic dream can also be said, भाई जैसे नास्ट्रेडामस ने क्या ड्रीम करा, भाई दुनिया में ये हो जाएगा, 15 साल बाद ये होगा, 15,000 साल बाद होगा. These are not the dreams Patanjali is referring to. Although it may give you a little bit understanding that you are beyond the body, beyond the mind also you can perceive, without senses also you can perceive, that's okay. That anyways you will understand a little bit after you have created certain experiences of tattvas, etc., the divine smell, the divine taste, the divine sound, etc. You know that. So you don't have to actually get into the process of dreaming in order to understand that I exist beyond my senses. For sure. What is more apt for such practice, which is rooted in the dreaming, would be some divine object, some divine principle which comes to your consciousness and you take note of it. You become aware of it. Such revelations, right? Vidya related they can be. They can be related with the constitutional design of the universe. These are the things, right? These can be pertaining to your own karmic baggage that you carry. So many things can come, which can help you. So, by focusing on your dreams, using certain experiences of your dream, and Patanjali extends it to deep sleep. God forbid. It is going to be such a tough task to extend your awareness to deep sleep. The consciousness, the state of consciousness of deep sleep. There also he is asking you to become aware of something. What is it that Patanjali probably is asking? I'll tell you what. In Patanjali's system, I don't know whether this word will come or not, but you know that there is this state which is called Turiya, the fourth state, which permeates through all the three. That means waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. So there the awareness has to be about Turiya. Okay? Although you will not have any experience of the world, for sure. As I said last time, yogis sleep the way we sleep, or the buffaloes sleep. No problem with that. They sleep like that only. Don't think that they sleep and at the same time they know everything. No, that's not happening. Okay. But they are aware of something more in their sleep. Right? Which is subjective. It's not in the objective world, for sure. Subjectively, they are aware. Which means they see the presence of something which is always available for experience. Right? It is available in the jagrati or waking consciousness. It is available in the dream. It is also available in the deep sleep. However, When we say, Acharya Ji, if I am not able to get to my dream state and I am not aware of it, does it mean that I have failed? You may question. And probably Patanjali will not answer it. But this has been explained in our sutra, Shiva Sutra, tantric text. You know what? If you study these sutras, you have studied Shiva Sutras by virtue of being a practitioner, a Shakti Vigyan practitioner. Those who did it, they are exposed to Shiva Sutra. They were told, first, Sutra says, Jnanam bandha. That means your bondage. Must become aware. What is it? Your knowledge is the bondage. Then later on, in the same sutras, when Jnanam is defined, Jagrat is defined, it says Jnanam Jagrat. Okay. Which means what? Your bondage is your waking experience. All right. Deep sleep is not coming in the way of your liberation, by the way. Okay? Dreaming is also not coming in the way. Only your waking reality is coming in the way of liberation. Because for the waking reality, only you have all raga, dvesha, mamata, mamakar, ahankar, and all that. Correct? It's so much crystallized in the waking consciousness. If you start understanding this, and if this grip of jnanam, which is available in Jagrat, is loosened, then the life experiences will be a dynamic flux which you experience just as consciousness, a witness consciousness. Nothing matters. Yes or no? As you can just laugh on a dream, saying that, "Arey, kya farak padta hai? How does it matter?" In the same way, you will be able to experience this waking consciousness. Kya farak padta hai? Because you're not bound by the knowledge which you're receiving in the waking. We all are bound by the knowledge received in the waking state, or you are bound by your dreams also. The kala billa aata hai, khoon peeta hai roz. That's the problem. No one. All your problems are pertaining to waking consciousness. All your raga, dvesha, everything. So Tantra answers it. Tantra answers it. That even if you're not able to liberate yourself in the deep sleep, dream, no problem. Liberate yourself from waking. That's the whole struggle. And when you liberate yourself from waking, it becomes dream. Now, think. When it becomes dream, dreams are never binding upon us. They can never become a bondage. You have already liberated yourself. You need not go to your deep sleep experience, consciousness of deep sleep, etc. It's liberated. And therefore, Tantra says, Turiya or the fourth has to be searched for in the waking consciousness. Forget about dreaming and deep sleep. Correct? All right. So can we move to next?
Acharya, I'm not sure, if this is related, but there is something called lucid dreaming, right? So scientifically,
what is it?
Lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming. Yeah. Okay. So they kind of put like equal intervals, like alarms, and then they try to be aware that they are sleeping and they're dreaming, and they say that they can even control the outcome of the dreams and such. So that, is it anyways related to being aware of our dreaminess in yoga?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Yes, it is. However, please recognize the pitfall there, the lacuna there. You see, in yoga or in the spiritual systems, it is said that you should be aware of the siddhanta, that means principles first. Okay. Principles and then practicals, means prayog. We said siddhantik paksha, prayogic paksha. Okay. Now, I don't know what that lucid dreaming is planning to give you. I don't know what they are planning to give you. What siddhant, what principle they are following there, right? You have to first understand that why at all you are picking up that practice. Okay? If lucid dreaming is about solving your problems of the waking, then it defeats its purpose. Why? Because waking is anyways bandha, and any engagement with this has never been able to solve it. Any sort of effort by anybody, महापुरुषों ने भी इसको solve नहीं कर पाया. यदा यदा धर्म से करने वालों ने भी solve नहीं कर पाया. Did they solve it for you? Do you think Krishna solved the problems that we are facing today? They still exist. Krishna came just 5,000 years back. He said, I'll settle things. He settled the things for us. Do you think so? So it cannot be solved. Even God cannot solve. So forget about our own little, existence, which gets engaged in, हम तो lucid dreaming करेंगे और हम solve कर देंगे अपने life का problem. नहीं होने वाला. Because this needs to be philosophically, right? Siddhantic. First, that has to be clarified. If that is what it is aiming to give you, that ये सब dream ही है. Waking is also dream. And dream is anybody's dream. If that is what it is communicating, the experience takes you there, then I'll say, good, go ahead. Okay. Further, we should also understand that such experimentation, if it has begun just now, by anybody, by any scientist, it doesn't matter who. It doesn't matter who. And it does not find any darshanik, he says philosophical backing. It may be harmful in the long run. You may not arrive anywhere. Because our masters have worked for millennia, time immemorial. They have been working on the subject of mind and our energies and the travel of consciousness, not in this body itself. They have given the blueprint for us that this is how the world continues. See, they proposed 8.4 million life forms through which this consciousness moves. Understand? So they are giving a broader framework for us to understand what and where and which particular practice can be utilized. So it has to be validated. So taking up anything which is kind of new and it's not validated philosophically, it has no roots in philosophy, I would say it could prove detrimental rather than supporting it. Right? So many, अभी क्या बात करते हैं आप? Sub power of subconscious mind, alpha healing, theta healing, beta healing, सिल्वा मेथड. आप मुझसे पूछो ना, मैं बताता हूँ आपको क्या क्या मिल सकता है अभी मार्केट में, है ना? जो डिस्पेंजा, है ना, जो डिसिल्वा, कितने लोग हैं? आप बात करो उनसे, क्या दे रहे हो आपको, क्या सॉल्व कर रहे हैं? आपकी लाइफ के क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर रहे हैं? आपकी लाइफ की मिजरी सॉल्व कर रहे हैं? नहीं, वो दे आर सॉल्विंग योर प्रॉब्लम्स, मटेरियल वर्ल्ड का प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहे हैं. दे आर नॉट गिविंग आंसर टू द मूड क्वेश्चन. Why the suffering? And can this suffering be completely avoided? See, they are giving the methods to reverse the changes, whatever has happened in your life or whatever is bothering you. They may give you certain techniques and those techniques will work. Tantra does not deny it. Let me tell you. Tantra is the only philosophy where it will say that it is okay. It is okay means it is possible. We don't deny. We say, yeah, these experiences are real. Why? Because Tantra only says it is possible. Whatever you can imagine is possible. Whatever you cannot imagine is also possible. Okay? Right? Further, it's all in the mind. So whatever you can imagine is possible. See, the world doesn't exist beyond your mind. It is well within the domain of your chittam. So whatever you project is possible. All your problems lie there. The world lies there. World is not beyond us. Okay, Abba. Have you gotten your answer? Pawan? Pawan, did it answer you?
Yeah, but my complete question was actually where I was trying to get with this one was with lucid dreaming. Like, for example, I will take my example. I'm 99% of the time I'm not aware of what I'm dreaming. Okay. So I just go to bed, and then in the morning I wake up and it's completely blank. I don't remember anything. So for a person like me, in our system,
No, that's not the
you keep
practice.
saying,
I'll give. I
yeah,
understood the question. That's not the practice you should do. I feel during your wakefulness, you are overworked. Okay, you are using, quite a portion of your energy mentally. Probably, you'll have to look at that. It's not that you will become more aware if you go through those lessons of lucid dreaming. It will rather disturb you, because now there was some time when you were actually going to your mind was going to get some rest through the processing, because dreams which you are getting, you're not remembering because you are dreaming in dreaming. That is why you're not remembering. You're sleeping in dreaming. Basically, you're sleeping in dreaming also, sleeping and sleeping also. Okay. Tantra will tell you this. So therefore, your sleep is the result, the outcome of what guna? Tamas. When it increases, when rajas is utilized too much. Okay. So you'll have to control rajas while waking rather than taking up any such practice ke mujhe to dream yaad rakhne isliye I will take up this course. ठीक है ना? Wakefulness में you need to remember one thing, that you need to be aware of your this balance which you need to keep. Sattva, rajas, tamas. Do not overwork, do not underwork. Okay. And so beautifully it has been stated in the Buddhist philosophy. Golden middle path. Sadhak has to live like that. So, does it make sense? Okay.
Acharya.
Clarifies? Did you understand what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, so that is what I can understand your eagerness to become aware of your dream, because dreams are being utilized here for spiritual growth. By the way, your 18 hours which you spend in waking and doing all sort of, I don't know what kind of word I should use, but all sort of things, that needs to be utilized now. Why are you focused on that little 2.5 hours where your mind is processing whatever you are overburdened it with? Okay, I hope I'm clear. Yeah, yes, Abha.
Pranam Acharya Ji. My question was also on similar lines, because we spoke about alternative energies and therapies like that. So these days, this NLP and EFT, past life regression, inner child, so many are popular. And there's one called Reiki as well. Though I didn't see, I have to say, I haven't read many Shastras, but I didn't see a lot of mention of these kind of things in our Shastras. So how much of this is to be entertained, or does it have any value at all? Like Reiki, people say that there were some mentions in Atharva Ved or something like that. I do not know, so I just wanted to know what's your opinion on these.
So we have a very straightforward opinion on this. Heal yourself by the means which are available naturally for you. Okay, you don't have to go through a process of initiation to heal yourself, because nature is continuously there to support you in healing processes. The best healing processes available are through management of your left and right energies, Ida and Pingala. Okay, this is the best way, and which means balancing your sun, moon, and fire energies. Okay, all right, and this finds mention everywhere. You go to Hatha Yoga, you will understand. You go to tantric text, you'll find that, right? So managing through pranayama means managing your issues through prana, which is a very well defined element in our philosophical and practical aspects of all the scriptures. They believe that there is this prana which plays out. So astic or nastic both believe that prana exists, and this prana has to be taken care of as per the rules which are already given. They are given out. See, what is it? that we need to know beyond Swara Yoga. Nothing, in fact. You manage your life, each and every aspect of your life you manage through Ida and Pingala. And by understanding tattvas in your breath. All right? Everything. So, I don't think anything else is needed, and we need not even go on to that task of whether to validate such modalities or not. However, if it is finds mention, good. If it doesn't find mention, then also good. Because there is no such literally, if you find a mention of such a word in Atharva Veda also, let's say, if there is no modality given out, how will you use it if masters have not worked on it? Right? So the masters have worked on certain aspects of prana, which is available in pranayama and also in Swara Vijnana, which is available. And let me tell you, for solving all problems, if you go to practical yoga scriptures, not the Patanjali, which is quite philosophical, you will find that there is only one pranayama which can solve all your problems, and which is known as Nadi Shodhan pranayama. Nothing more than that is needed. Right? Understand? So I think instead of getting there, we have enough to work on in our kitty, even today. Right? And as far as PLR, etc. is concerned, you can go to my blogs. I have spoken about it. You can read it there. All right. We are not denying that this is not possible. It is possible, maybe. We don't say that. But will we use it? No. Okay. We will not. But some people get comfortable with such energies. They work, continue to work. We don't object. However, healing anyone at the subtle level always comes with a baggage. It will come with a price you pay. Right? It's just not possible that you do healing without any ahankar. Okay. People can say, I'm channeling the energy, but this I is the problem in this channeling. If I am channeling, this I is the problem of all the miseries of life, you understand. If I vanishes, you become the ultimate channel, which Tantra also gives. Let me tell you, in Yoga Sutras, Spandakarikas, Pratyabhijna, even in other tantras, where I disappears, then only a person becomes the real healer. And then only the person becomes equivalent to Iśvara, which is Klesha Karma Vipaka Ashaya Aparamrishta. He acquires the position of God. Why? Because there is no I left here. If a healer has this I left in him, even this much, which is always there. Because in that this healing can happen only in duality. First, healing doesn't happen without you considering, you giving into duality. Right? Any such healing. Which means there is no oneness. You fake it, saying that I'm channelizing the cosmic energy. For whom? Some other individual, which means you are not one with him. Right? This means you are engaged in some sort of karma there. Whether you understand it or not, or the teachers or the craftsmen of that particular method may not actually arrive at that kind of conclusion, but philosophically, if you ask, the healing happens in duality. And duality means you will engage in some or the other karma. Right? And you have to bear the fruit of it. Good or bad, doesn't matter. You may say, I'm spreading goodness, no problem. Spreading healing, health, good, no problem. You come back and enjoy good fruits of it. It does not liberate you, by the way. Similar. You heal everybody in the world, make everybody pain-free in this world, right? Solve everybody's knee pain, joint pain, or psychological problems, make them happy. Yes, you have done a lot of good karma. You will reap the benefit of it. You will get swarga. So enjoy there also, come back and enjoy here also. But that does not liberate you. Please recognize that. So why to get engaged in it? Right? सारा प्रॉब्लम तो यही है ना आबा, कि हमको सब कुछ छोड़ना है पर हम गुडनेस नहीं छोड़ पाते, सत्व से ऊपर उठना है। राइट? ऑर्डरलीनेस से भी ऊपर उठना होता है। ऑलराइट, ऑलराइट, चलिए लेट्स प्रे एंड देन वी लीव। ओम सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम शिवा।